Hello and welcome to the Big Bang Theory podcast. My name's John. I'm here with my friend and colleague Dan.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
So this is a surprise to all of us.
Yeah? That we're having a playoff?
Well, that we're talking about it, that it's happening, that it's now.
Yeah. Well, we sort of did the last one as an emergency podcast about this very thing, wasn't it? So we knew, but now we really know.
Yeah.
And
if
now
you
we
know,
know.
then you know, and we know.
And we know when now.
Dr. No, they call us.
It's not like we know when and you don't. The dates are out there in the public,
If this
sphere.
was people's only source of news, they'd be getting a very Exeter-centric angle, wouldn't they?
What, you mean all news?
All news.
We're
If
the
you're
only...
like, I don't watch the news, except for them Big Bang Theory fellows who I quite like.
Oh, I see. So some people are only coming to us rather than we're the only outlet.
Yeah.
It's some people are only coming to us for news.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't do that.
I think do that. I think it'll be...
I mean, if you are doing that, please let us know because I'll include a bit of other stuff. I won't be able to help myself. I just feel bad. But,
bad news. Donald Trump's president of America. Well, okay, here we are anyway. And we're talking about the League Two playoffs. Exeter City have made it through the season. Now, Dan, I'd completely forgotten about this, but I found our prediction envelope.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that as well.
So I looked at the questions, and we're not going to be able to answer them until the season's over, till the playoffs are over.
Okay.
So, but of course, we've been talking all along about what's going to happen this season, and are we going to make the playoffs? Are we going to make automatics? Surely we won't drop out of the playoffs, etc., etc. But I certainly didn't predict that a global pandemic would shut down virtually everything in our universe, particularly football.
Yeah.
Did you predict that? Was that
well,
on your...
I won't reveal it yet. Maybe I did. We'll see.
We will see. Well, prediction or otherwise, that is what's happened. Exeter City, the League Two finished on a points per game, unweighted basis, which means that City finished 5th in the league.
Yes.
Which means we're going to the playoffs, along with Cheltenham Town, Northampton Town, and Colchester United. Call you if you're a moron.
Call you, yeah. I feel like those are three teams that we've had, actually Cheltenham aside, Northampton and Colchester, I feel like they've been quite big moments in our season already, those games.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't know why, because
of course,
I barely even remember the results.
Of course, it's the old enemies, like
out.
Keith Curle, he's involved as well.
Keith Curle, well,
Ruben
he knows
Reeves
he knows how to lose a playoff against
the red and
Exeter
white.
City, doesn't he?
He does.
But this is different. This is Matt Taylor's first playoffs.
Yeah.
As much as this is, demonstrating no matter what happens, there could be a global pandemic, or everything goes absolutely insane, and the outcome of our season is still, so predictable. It's just like, it's quite reassuring in a way, isn't it? No matter what, Exeter City's still there, like a little constant. Don't worry, we'll still just finish in the playoffs. And, I'll be reassured of that when we lose in the final.
Oh, don't say it. I mean, of course, another absolutely definite moment is that Argyle would overtake us, and Ryan Lowe's just there smirking away. Did you watch any of their, well done on promotion?
Oh, God, no.
I mean, sickening.
I couldn't go near that. And I'm finding it a bit, if I had, I'd have seen any kind of too overzealous celebrations as a bit rich, really.
So
Come
rich.
on.
Come on,
You didn't
everyone.
actually get promoted. You should just be sort of, if it was me, and I think this is genuine, I think I'd just be slightly embarrassed.
So embarrassed.
If we'd gone up automatically, I think I'd be a bit embarrassed, sort of holding your hands up, going, we are really pleased about this, but obviously this is a bit weird, and I feel sorry for, well, I wouldn't feel sorry for Argyle, but, I'd feel a bit weird about it. Whereas, if you're jumping up and down, going, yeah, Green Army, then I think, come on, he didn't even finish the season.
No, didn't even finish the season. And I feel Swindon had been all right about it, but of course they weren't even top when the season finished. So, it's...
No, yeah. So who's champions?
Swindon are champions.
On points per game?
Points per game. It was pretty close, wasn't it, of course? Which means Crewe finished second, and then Argyle third. And then we drop a place because of the PPG.
Yeah.
I mean, who cares? Whatever. I to be honest, I got to be completely honest. I've heard some people saying, I feel sick about it, and I completely understand that. I'm just pleased there's some football happening. I'm just pleased that there's some football happening. We're in it, and we got another shot at League One, because I just thought that's over.
Yeah, it is quite nice. I'd still I would have taken automatic promotion.
Of course.
But if it has to happen this way, at least we're in the playoffs. You know, we could have missed out. So this is progress on last year.
Yep.
Despite the insane circumstances, which we may or may not have predicted, it is progress. You know, like as in final outcome wise, we are in the playoffs this season. We weren't last season.
Indeed,
and it's weird because it's weird. Like I already think of all this. These players have been around. You think of Nicky Laws. He's played for City for years, hasn't he? 5 or 6 years he's been there. He hasn't. He's never been in a playoff. He's not played in playoffs for us.
No.
That's right, isn't it? Been there 2 seasons.
Came with Taylor, didn't he?
Came with Taylor. So, but you think of them being. I already think of Nicky Law as like, an old hand, but he's not featured in any of them. So, you know.
Yeah, well, let's go through the team then. So, who has been involved before? Moxie, many times.
Yeah. I think actually, I'm not quite sure. Moxie, in the most recent ones anyway. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Woodman.
Yeah.
Whether he'll play much of a part remains to be seen. Who
Matt
else?
Jay involved?
Jay, yeah. Well, he would have been in this.
He was the second Wembley, wasn't he?
Yeah, he'd have been knocking about.
The most recent Wembley, but not many. Anyway.
Anyone else?
Oh,
come on, there must be.
I've suddenly forgotten all our players, but let's think about it. Williams,
Jake Taylor.
Oh, of course, Jake Taylor. Williams new, Atangana new, both keepers new, Martin new, Parks new, Lee Martin new.
No, he's new. Yeah, he's a Taylor.
So there's more. Obviously, there's more players we got, but it's all pretty new for them. So actually, although we're like, oh no, City again.
Lee Holmes.
Oh, Lee Holmes.
Sorry, I'm having to Google our own players now. I mean, it's got this bad. I don't know who any of them are.
What colour do we play in again, boys?
Yeah, a few. Archie Collins, he'd have been knocking about when he came in that season, and a few of the youngsters would have played for City. Sweeney, obviously, there's quite a few. So yeah.
But anyway, this is new really for everyone. It's old for us, but in terms of squad management,
it shows that. I mean, as much as this pandemic's shown how adaptable we are as humans, it just becomes normal to, stay away from everyone and not leave your house. And suddenly, a few weeks in, you're like, yeah. I feel the same way. I adapt with Exeter so easily that you just kind of think, oh yeah, they're the players. They've been here forever. I've always known about,
Lewis Ward,
yeah. Johnny Maxter, been there for years, hasn't he?
I tell you what, though. I tell you what has changed. Until a week ago, I hadn't seen any City players out and about, right? Hadn't seen them. I was looking for them. I wasn't stalking them on Instagram, but I was like...
and you're sort of doing Exeter City player-esque sort of excursions, like trips as well.
Yeah.
Like they're the sort to go on like family bike ride. That's sort of what they do.
Absolutely.
I've seen them all down double locks before, like...
I hadn't seen them. Hadn't seen any. Yeah. And then last week, I got the absolute double whammy. Kablamo, I thought. So good. First of all, I was out for a run early in the morning, fully clad in lycra, absolutely pelting it around the corner. Matt Taylor on his push bike.
Oh, brilliant.
And then...
Full lycra?
Full lycra.
Okay.
I had to text some people to ask. Confirmed. And then...
Got some opinions about that, but maybe I'll keep them to myself. Don't want to alienate anyone.
He was going fast. And then, person number two, I should say, I was cycling up the high street, and in the distance I saw a player in full training kit, and I thought, oh, that's a curious thing for a fan to wear on the high street while eating a Subway. Oh no, it's Nicky Ajose.
Brilliant.
Absolutely out of the blue. So there you go. Anyway, they're back to training and they're ready for these
So
playoffs.
That's confirmed that Nicky Ajose is,
Yeah.
Going to be. He's not injured or anything.
He's
or
not injured.
Hasn't left.
Apart from...
Because I remember before this all happened, I was sort of saying, well, maybe that's the last time we'll see a Jose. And maybe that was, but not everyone can play in these minimum of 2 games.
If this was to be pure Exeter City, some absolute fringe player, I'm looking at you, Matt J, will score the winner and then leave the club forever. That's pure City, isn't it? Never to be seen again.
Yeah. Although I don't think that's going to happen to Matt J.
No problem, Matt.
I think, but yeah.
Anyway, so the playoffs are happening.
Yes.
They're confirmed. They're going to be home and away, like you'd expect, but with no fans, except they've allowed some inanimate objects to attend the game at both locations. That's right, they've sold tickets for the Ivor Oval stand. Only joking. Only joking. You can get a cardboard cutout of yourself, Dan.
Yes.
And
Now you say you can get one of yourself. Have you looked at the rules, or what? Can you get one of anyone?
I'm hoping you can get one of anyone because I got plans.
Yeah, you have got plans. I really want to. It's £25. If you're, I don't know why I'm doing it. Doing it as if I'm doing like a commercial for.
Tell me more about it.
It sounded like I was sort of doing like £25 if you want to donate to it. It's like I don't care.
Text,
do it if you want. Like
888.
Yeah.
Tell me
we're
this
not
then.
officiating.
How much does it cost?
It's £25.
What do I get?
That's quite a lot if you ask me. But obviously, Taki said we're going to lose 150 grand or something by playing these games. So it's it's a good thing to contribute to if you like football.
So what do I get for my 25?
I don't know. I think you just get a cutout of yourself. But
at the game.
And presumably just for the home game, I'm guessing. They're not going to take him up to...
You can also buy another £25 to sit in the away end at Colchester.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they're going to take him up there?
No, Colchester are doing it, and we're doing the same for Colchester.
Oh, right.
So if you want to pay Colchester 25...
I mean, you could transport them because they're flat and everything. You could slip them into the sort of underneath storage of the coach.
I'd like to think that every player on the team coach has to sit on top of...
Yeah.
Cardboard cutout of a supporter.
Carry them off the bus.
Presumably, it's only the bust, head, shoulders, and torso.
Yeah, no point having the legs, is there?
No point having the legs. Anyway, and then that would be displayed, and then afterwards you get it.
Yeah, you definitely get it because I asked.
And it's signed by a player, maybe all the players. We don't know.
Yeah.
So I'd like that. So I'm just weighing up whether to do. So I want to give the club some money. Is that what I want to waste my money on?
I mean, that is what I want to waste my money on. It's just times are quite tight, and I've just had to renew my trust membership. And is that the most important thing? Maybe, I don't know. I'll try and if I can possibly afford it, I am going to do it. But
so that's that. And so the games are happening. So it's away this Thursday, which is the 17th, 18th, 18th of June, latest ever playoffs, of course, at Colchester, the People's Pension Stadium.
Again.
How
many times? That feels like we've talked about it, like the People's
ridiculous.
Pension Stadium just over and over again.
So it's away there, and then the following Monday back at St James Park.
That's going to be so weird, isn't it?
So weird.
Well, we've talked about this quite a few times. I live really close to St James's Park, like almost a stone's throw. I can throw a stone quite a long way. It's one of the things I've got. Well, not so much nowadays because I've got a bit of a bad wrist, but I'm quite good at throwing stones. And I genuinely think it would be all I could do to do it. Like it would be probably my PB. I reckon I could just about hit it with a stone for my house.
Pebble best. If
there was nothing in the way. Like there's a co-op in the way, there's a student flats in the way, there's some houses
By the
way,
if someone's stalking you, that you're giving them closer locations to your abode.
Yes, but like I said, I can throw a stone quite a long way. And that's a 360-degree radius they'd have to search.
All right, fair enough.
Anyway, it's that close. And they're going to be there playing that match like just a few metres away from me, but I'll be watching it on telly at home.
Yeah.
Now, maybe that's how some people... No, that's not how anyone does it. Maybe some of those I follow, maybe some I follow
some people have to
do
do it,
that.
don't they? Like,
yeah, if you can't get out in the evening or
you
whatever.
can't get a ticket. Of course, the occasions when City sell out.
Which is never, but yeah.
Which is the case. Well, I remember, for example, watching the Man U...
Oh, sure, for those
home
games.
game.
Yeah, for those games, yeah.
I was sat in Newtown.
Yeah.
I didn't live there, I was just sat on the floor.
I think I've even done one in the centre spot, actually, for one of those big games. Maybe one of the Liverpool ones.
Sure, so it happens.
But it's still weird, isn't it?
So weird. Let me ask you this. I know everyone's concerned about, and rightly so, crowds gathering. But if we win, are you going to go on a bike ride that just happens to go past the ground?
Straight down there if we win. Not joking. Not joking.
You have to keep moving.
Straight down
You'll be
there.
on your bike.
Let me straight down there. I don't know what I'll do. I haven't thought about it. But if we win, I'll be outside the ground. I'll be keep away from people. 2 meters or whatever. Have the mask on. But I'm going down there because we'll that'll be us. Am I doing this?
I don't know. You're
I don't know. I've only just thought.
I can hear the police knocking on your door now, but I guess it's no longer illegal to leave your house.
Whatever, come at me.
So that's that. And then if we win, that's wood.
Yep.
It's Wembley.
Or off
like
to
we
Wembley.
said. I think that was an exclusive by us.
But it would be at Wembley, yeah, because of your insider knowledge about advertising.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I just follow the right journalists on Twitter, but that's
Right.
that's right. So it's going to be at Wembley. I've forgotten the date now. 27th of June or something like that.
29th, I think you said.
29th.
Monday.
So weird times. And then, of course, I mean, that'll be really weird. If you're an Exeter City fan
Well,
in
here's the
London-
thing: is like you don't have to make that decision now. It's like, oh, Wembley again. Are we going to go? No, you're not allowed. No one's going. Do you know what I mean? Like the other ones, it's sort of like me and you, like the likes of us, and most people who listen to this probably, like because
I would
if
guarantee
you're
that everyone
fairly
is
into
bothering
city
to
to
listen to this.
listen to this, you would go. But there are some people, isn't there, sort of like the people of Exeter, who sort of with a passing interest, they go, I'm not going all the way to Wembley again.
Not to have Tisdale give me the V's.
Yeah, Tisdale and walk off and just get battered again. You know, the last one was terrible, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, that's taken care of. You can't go.
No, so then that'll be
But
that.
I'm going to go up. If we win, I'm going to go straight up there.
Up to Wembley.
Yeah.
Circling round on your bike.
I'm going to cycle up there.
I tell you what I'm going to do. My brother-in-law lives across the road from us and he knows the trumpet. I'm going to get him. He doesn't care about football at all. If we win, I'm going to get him to play some sort of trumpet tune.
Yeah, good.
Definitely do it. He loves that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, so that is the current situation. Very strange. And not out of nowhere, but suddenly it's all happening, isn't it?
Yeah, so we'll be playing against the winner of Cheltenham Town against Northampton Town.
I'm going to
aren't we?
call it. Keith Curl loves to bottle the playoff semis. That's Cheltenham.
Yeah, maybe. And we were just about to play Cheltenham. Well, you know,
Yeah.
we'd only played them once this season.
Yeah.
They were in really good form. I was just looking at the stats before this. They've only conceded 27 goals, which is the least goals conceded in League Two by an absolute distance.
Yeah. Indeed.
So they don't let
Indeed
any.
so.
So they don't let any goals in. So let's not forget, although it's become a bit of a myth now, we don't score that many goals. So do we want to face them? And we're notoriously bad against Northampton Town. So the outlook's not great for us, is it? But let's put all these factors in. One, no crowd there.
Yeah.
Could make a difference. You've seen it maybe make a difference in the Bundesliga so far. We don't know.
It's very strange. I think what we can say with some certainty is no one really knows. So our form was bad. I mean, like, bad.
Yes, it was, yeah.
Until things were called off. I don't think it matters anymore. I genuinely don't think it matters anymore. Everyone's forgotten. I've forgotten who our manager
Oh,
is.
totally. Yeah.
I've forgotten who we play for.
Yeah.
So if Bowman was feeling down in the dumps, he doesn't care anymore. He's just delighted to be playing football.
Yeah, everything is that. It might as well be nothing
basically
to.
a new season.
It might as well be
Basically a new
nothing to
tournament.
do with that season,
No.
basically.
So, in a sense, we've got a very good squad, a very strong squad. We've got a positive manager. We've got ways of winning. Like, he's got certain things that he really likes doing and wants to do. We know what we're about as a team. I think all bets are off. I'll be really, really interested to see how we play in the first Colchester game.
I think all bets are off. But also, we've seen this season. We've seen that it was I know it's mainly up, wasn't it? Because we spent the majority of the season in the automatic places, annoyingly, but we've hardly been out of the playoff places.
Is this not? Aren't
fact,
we
have we-
almost at the lowest place? Didn't we finish almost at our lowest place
Yeah,
all
I
season?
think we may well have done. Yeah, pretty much. And but we've seen our form go up and down a lot, haven't we? And it's not been a season without its. It's not like it was glorious up until the last minute where we slipped out of the automatics. We were, always banging on about not scoring enough goals and whatnot, and there was, form kind of came and went.
Do you think this is a fair outcome? Us in the playoffs.
It's an outcome. I
When you
don't
look
know.
at
It's a mental situation, so I don't know. Like,
So weird. I mean, of course,
I guess it's one of the ways to do it.
some teams are livid, aren't they, and gutted. So Tranmere,
Tranmere,
relegated,
they are
gutted.
annoyed. And they only just gone into the relegation zone as
Yeah.
well, and they'd
Yeah.
beaten all the other teams.
games in hand, they got opposition teams, blah blah blah. Peterborough had won 7 of their last 8,
Yeah,
and they're not in the playoffs.
and that's on goal difference or something as well,
Something
isn't it?
So close. So League 2 was fairly straightforward, and you got to give credit to Port Vale, who were the ones who said, we need to someone needs to draw a line under this. They, of course, finished in 8th. They were a point away from Northampton, and they said, we just want to draw a line under this. It's not ideal, but someone's got to. So fair play to them for that.
Yeah.
And then below them, it's Bradford. Well, they're 4 points off. Forest Green are another 5 points off. So actually, League Two kind of made itself safe. And then at the bottom, it's all a bit weird, of course. So Stevenage sit bottom and are 3 points adrift with a game in hand, but their goal difference minus 26. Bravo, Stevenage. That's terrible.
That is bad.
Really, so bad. But
So they'll be going down unless.
So it's supposed to be 2 teams going down.
Yeah.
But because of Bury, it's now 1 team going down.
Yep.
But Macclesfield have failed to pay their players on 6 occasions on time this season. 6.
Yep.
And so they've already had points deducted, and there are more outstanding points.
I think that also goes back. That's this season, but the way that club's been
Or Sol Campbell complained about a year
being
ago.
run exactly has been far beyond the beginning of this season. So yeah, and they may well replace Stevenage as the team that goes down. You can't, but there's all sorts of like stuff going on. Who knows when? Obviously, you got the Gareth Barry talk from the last one. I don't know what's going on with that. I think that goes back. Some of these sort of ownership things go back a long way, don't they, and stuff. And isn't there something going on with? I don't know. There's all sorts, isn't there?
I think the same
it's a corrupt old cesspool, even at this level.
Yeah.
And we've seen teams like Bury go out of business, and they're not going to be. You can see it already now. They're not going to be the last one it happens to. And even, I mean, this whole kind of coronavirus thing might all probably play a part in it. But I think some of them were on their way out anyway.
Absolutely.
This far down the table, you're dicing with death.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I wouldn't be surprised if it catches Swindon out in the future. Like that happens sometimes, doesn't it? And that's what happened with Bury.
Well, yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, maybe it does. Maybe it will. Yeah.
Fair play to Exeter City and the trust and the board for just keeping us, apart from anything else, above board and legal.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it, that's the kind of minimum requirement.
Yeah. I'd like to say this, before we move on from the season talk, Mansfield and Scunthorpe were absolute favourites to go back up. They finished in 20th and 21st. Crazy.
Really? Mansfield that far down?
21st.
That's crazy.
Points.
Wouldn't it? Bradford they thought were going to do well, wouldn't they?
No, they haven't really. I mean, they not terrible, but...
Yeah.
So that's that.
And then our old mates, Salford City as well.
Salford City in 11th.
Wasn't to be, boys.
So that's kind of the end of the season. In a minute, we're going to talk about the first playoff game. So kind of all bets are off, Dan. I mean, everything's gone out the window. Our last game was the 7th of March.
Yeah.
Crazy. And
what was the one that was about to come up?
We had Salford at home on the 14th.
Yeah. We were literally a day. It was called on the Friday, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's
it's not happening. Yeah.
So if you look at our kind of form, I mean, this is kind of who even knows. But we'd lost the last 5 games. And the turning point was, so we lost 2-1 at Swindon at their place. Then we went on a 3-game winning run, and it was really something. 2-1 against Stevenage, 5-1 against Oldham, and then Macclesfield we beat 3-2, even though they got it back to 2-2. And then that brilliant Portsmouth game in the leasing trophy.
Yep, live in front of the nation.
Live in front of the nation. It was such a good game, and I remember you and I saying boldly that was the best kind of result for us. We didn't have to bother with Wembley. By the way, it would never have happened anyway. That thing got cancelled, didn't it? And then, but we gave a really good showing of ourselves.
Yeah, we didn't embarrass ourselves, but ultimately we saved ourselves a trip, unnecessary trip to and
a headache. But then we lost 2-0 to Northampton. We drew 1-1 with Crawley. We drew 1-1 with Crewe, and then we lost 3-1 at Walsall. That was how the season finished. So 4 league games. We lost 2 and we drew 2.
Yeah, it was a bad little run, that, wasn't it?
It was a bad little run. So just to kind of remind ourselves, Ward had started the season, got injured. Maxted came in and had stayed in. Dino Visser, of course, came in and saved a lot of penalties. Then we got that Irish fellow, who presumably is gone now.
I don't know if he has.
Right,
hasn't.
Imagine if he saved the penalty.
But Visser's at Cheltenham, isn't he?
Visser's gone to Cheltenham.
So he might. Oh God! Imagine it.
Please.
Imagine it. playoff final penalties, and we've got to face Gina Visser. He's going to save every single one of them.
Every day of the week, son.
Yeah. This is my house.
You're in my house. Then our defence. I mean, I'm just saying this to remind myself as much as you lot, listeners. Sweeney, Martin, Gary Warren's back. Moxie's back. I mean, Moxie's been back for a while. Woodman, Tom Parks, Jaden Richardson, I guess, is staying with us till the end of the season. Haven't heard otherwise.
Who knows?
In midfield, Atangana, Lee Martin, Randall Williams, Nicky Law. Sparks, we think, may be back. But
I think he's fit again, but Taylor sort of said he's kind of just about... Yeah, he sort of what I was reading between the lines saying when he was asked that he probably wouldn't play.
Okay. Then we've got Brennan Dickinson, who's been a good signing.
Oh, Brenner, I forgot about him.
Jake Taylor, of course. Archie Collins has been brilliant this year. All the young lads as well. Key and Cresceni and Dodd and Kite. Cresceni's training.
Dyer.
Might we see him, John Dyer. And then Lee Holmes hasn't played a single game this year. But Bowman, of course, Matt J, Jose, Fisher and Seymour. Bowman finishes the normal season on 13, which is pretty good for a season that was cut off. I think his best ever was 15.
Yeah, about right, isn't it? It's top end of what you'd expect for him.
Nicky Law got 7. Randall Williams got 5. Those are our main scorers. Jose got a couple. And Matt J got 4, which I never would have.
Yeah, he had his little run, didn't he?
He did. So that is the team. I guess we'll see something similar. And it's hard to know. It's hard to know who he'll start because he chopped and changed it a bit towards the end.
Here's my prediction for that.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Well, I'll tell you who's definitely starting. I'll go through and think guaranteed, right?
Yeah.
Bowman.
Yeah.
Definitely going to be in there.
I think you're right.
Nicky Law.
Yeah.
Randall Williams.
Yeah.
There's no way those three aren't going to play.
I think Jake Taylor's very likely.
Taylor very likely, but there is that slight kind of midfield kind of combination now because there's Collins and Atangana and then Law and Taylor all, in that kind of... Is there another one? Collins. Did I already say him?
Yeah, I said Collins, yeah.
Right, yeah. So, yeah, but those three I think are the definites.
And at the back?
At the back, I suppose Aaron Martin's been the most consistent.
Yeah.
Sweeney.
Yeah.
And Aaron Martin, I'd say, and then who knows out of the others because it was a bit kind of there was points where Parks was the main man back there, and there's points where he was injured or shitting himself or whatever, and someone else would have to come in, and then obviously the kind of left wing back position or whatever has been, Dickinson, and at points Woodman. Yeah. And whoever else. But I imagine it'll be Dickinson, won't it?
I would think so. I really liked him. And then we go up against Colchester. The best named keeper in the league, Gherkin in goal.
Oh, yeah?
Gherkin in goal. And then, they haven't really had any high scorers. I know we haven't really. Luke Norris is up front. He's got 9 for them. That's their highest scorer.
I remember kind of like before the last Colchester game, we were looking at this and sort of thinking, oh, yeah, Norris, he's in there. And then I don't think he did anything, or maybe he didn't even play. Don't know.
I think he played but didn't do much. Harry Pell was their best one against us. He's a midfielder.
Right. Yeah, I remember there being someone good.
Prosser's a good defender at the back.
That's some good insight,
isn't
it?
He's played every game.
That's some good. I was just saying that's some good insight.
What's that?
I remember there being somebody good.
You're paying a lot for this, listeners. Actually, you're not.
So Cole you. Yeah.
Cole
Turn it
U.
off if you don't like
really
it.
Hate Cole. If they talk about Cole U on Sky Sports a lot.
You know they're going to.
Here's what I also know is going to happen on Sky Sports. Sam Parkin will be the pundit.
Of course he will.
And he'll be bad-mouthing us all across town.
Of course he will.
Stop going on about Tisdale, Sam. I like you, Sam Parkin.
I used to like him a lot.
You really got it in for us all of a sudden.
My assumption is it's because he's Tisdale's mate and Tisdale slagged us off to him. Or like Tisdale's unhappy with us as Exeter City fans, which we know is probably
happy
true.
With you exclusively, I think.
And fair enough, in a way, whatever. There's a little bit we know there's a bit of animosity there, but Parkin, I mean, come on, mate.
Yeah.
I looked on his Twitter, or came across his Twitter, and his profile picture on there, he's got a City shirt on.
Sam. Know which side your bread's buttered.
Stop slagging us off then.
Stop slagging us off.
Do you know what he suggested? And this isn't specifically a Exeter City dig, but because of the sort of Tranmere's bad old, predicament, like we were saying a minute ago, he was saying, maybe, the team that goes down from League them, maybe Tranmere, should play a one-off game against whoever wins the League Two play. All right, how is that fair on whoever wins the League Two playoff?
Imagine
No, you think not quite promoted. You've got to play a team in the division above you with a budget for division above you and everything else. Is that that seems fair, doesn't it, Sam?
What are you on about, Sam Parkin? But we know you're going to be on telly. You know who else might be on there, of course?
Clinton Morrison.
Oh, yeah, I'd like that. No, I'll tell you who else. Begins with a T, ends in Isdale.
Please don't. If you're listening.
That's what they like to do.
Anyone at Sky, if you're listening, please. I mean, my feelings about Paul Tisdale have been very plain over the last, couple of years nearly that we've been doing this podcast. Is that long? It's definitely a year-ish.
It's a year and a half.
Yeah. But I just don't want him on there.
No, I tell you who I do want on there. Jolliest man in football and club legend, Jayden Stockley.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, I'd love that.
Yeah.
Except he's got the coronavirus, hasn't he? So it's unlikely he'll be leaving the house.
No, I think he said about in that interview. So he's like, he's
passed.
done. He's done his isolation. Yeah, they've been doing a lot of those, haven't they? The City, the interviews of old players.
Yeah, I believe it's because when all the players were furloughed, they weren't allowed to use them.
Of course.
All our players. So they've done a brilliant thing and got the old players. Brilliant, really interesting. And really interesting to hear Stockley talking about how he'd like to come back one day.
Oh, he's such a nice bloke, isn't he?
I mean, imagine George Friend and Stockley come back. Absolutely living a dream. Here's an interesting thing to talk about.
I love George Friend as well. Let's just put that out there. I thought I loved him before, and now I really love him.
I'd like to be friends with George Friend, and he'd be in my phone as...
That's definitely why his name... they think about the origins of names.
Yeah.
He's called... His surname, I'm sure, comes from just being a good friend.
Being everyone's pal.
His ancestors just being nice like him and being everyone's friend.
You know what Sam Parkin's middle name is?
Go on.
Well, there's loads of insulting words. Whatever, take your pick.
I was trying to make you say it.
Something about not knowing what's good.
What did we say? Stung in the face by bees.
Sam Parkin's been stung in the face by bees?
Yeah. Did we say something? Oh, no, I called him Freddie Lundberg, but stung in the face by a load of bees.
We did say that, yeah. So, before we get on to there's not much else to say about Colchester. Who knows, listeners? You don't know. We don't know. Anything could happen. Maybe it'll be more interesting when we can talk about the game that's happened. What we want to do is bring back to St James Park. Well, you really want to get an away goal, don't you? That's the aim of those.
Yes,
fixtures.
of course. Yeah.
That's the real benefit of the
first.
first.
Are they going to have the fake crowd sounds? And when they do that, is that played in the stadium?
Yeah.
It's not just added on to the live stream.
Do you know what they're doing in Portugal?
What?
They're literally miking up people at home. So you will dial in to Zoom or whatever, and you're watching the game. And then when it scores, they were like, "Oh, Dan's going mental at home," and they pipe you in.
A nightmare to mix.
Well,
not everyone at the same time.
No, specifically, when you play like continental.
That would sound so demented.
You know when they play like Hispanic commentators who are like, all of that.
But a huge thousands and thousands capacity stadium. And over the PA, you're playing a single person going mad in their house. That must be bizarre. I mean, no, I don't want that.
I don't think it's happened yet. I don't know what they do in terms of fake noise. I think it's just piped in.
I haven't heard it, so I don't know. I know they're taking it from FIFA, I think, aren't they?
That's
what I heard.
That's the Spanish league. The Spanish league is they're basically doing FIFA for us at home. So all the music is FIFA. All the crowd noises are computer games noises. I hope that they do the same. Have you got the latest FIFA?
No.
He always says every time Atangana gets the ball, on the ball Atangana. Every time.
Wait, they're not going to use the FIFA commentary. Why would they do that?
I'd like that even more.
They could, but if anything, we need to sort of give people more jobs to do, not automate. We don't want more automation.
I don't know what they'll do. Fake noise. I'd like to think that at St James Park they could, but our PA...
Well, yeah, I suggested it, and then you reminded me, that...
Well, if Nigel Atangana's coming on the pitch, what number's he? 19?
8.
No, I'm way off.
Is he?
I don't know, whatever he is.
4.
When they're like,
just
coming onto the pitch,
no idea.
number 4, Nigel Atangana. You're lucky if you get through those 10 words with the PA not cutting.
Oh, I know, yeah.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
Everyone
yeah.
who's ever been to a match knows what I'm talking about. So if it's crowd noise, it would sound insane. So I'm assuming not.
I think it's been a little bit. The PA's been a bit better this season than it has been last, but it's definitely not been.
I wouldn't like it.
He
If
is
it was
number
crystal
4.
clear, if it was in like HD crystal clear sound, and I could hear like a fly buzzing round the commentator's microphone,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be interested.
Yeah.
I like that it's so awful.
So that's
In a way.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, me too. Yeah, totally. I like it that the scoreboard doesn't work as well.
Yeah.
Ever.
Or if you stand in the wrong place, you really can't tell what the score is.
Yeah.
So that's really what we got coming up.
Yeah.
So that's Thursday.
I went from being like I said, we knew this was going to happen, didn't we? Like, sort of knew. As in, we knew that they'd had the vote,
Yep.
but it hadn't been ratified or whatever.
Yep.
That's
That was a week ago,
good
wasn't it?
word in that, ratify.
It's a good word.
I'm going to start saying it all the time. They hadn't had the vote, so we sort of knew, but we didn't know. And the minute it was ratified,
Yeah.
like confirmed, and I saw the little graphic on Twitter with the dates and everything, instantly I just felt so nervous. Like, literally, like at that exact second. And I was like, oh, now I'm nervous about it. And it won't go away. Yeah,
I was really
excited, but also like, oh, I got this. I can't handle it. I can't handle the dread. And if anything, it's sort of like, I don't know. I'd rather just obviously get promoted, but I can't handle the players. There's too much pressure for me.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah, go on.
I've never been kidnapped. And I've never had my fingers sent back one by one to my family until they paid the ransom. But if I had...
Have you not?
No. But if I had, I'd imagine it's much like this. They stick a sack on your head,
Yeah.
and then they take you down wherever you go in, Cornwall, Cornish terrorists, separatists, and then they whip the pasty sack off your head, and you're blinded by light, yeah?
Yeah.
You know that?
I'm
Seen
with
that?
you. Yeah.
That's how I feel. Except I'm blinded by like excitement and
Oh, I
football
see.
all at
Okay,
once.
okay,
It's
yeah.
like I've been living in a dark, kidnapped cave
Some analogy, but yeah,
Thank you.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
in Port Leven, and then suddenly they whipped it off. Ah!
Apologies to any Cornish separatists. We realised that you haven't quite yet reached the extreme lengths at which we've just imagined you.
I don't know, some of my family.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, Dan, some of my family are Cornish, and when they get really fed up, they're like, it's too late. I'm voting now for Mabby and Kerno. That's actually a political, Cornish separatist political party.
Is it?
Mabby and Kerno.
Good luck to you.
It means Cornwall's great in Cornish, probably.
Yeah, bet it does. And it is great, but, you know,
Yeah.
let's not get too deep down this pasty hole.
Yeah, so that's what I feel like. I feel like overwhelmed by like, I can't take all of this in.
Yeah, I just can't wait for it. In a way, I just can't wait for it to be over. And also, I'm like really excited about seeing football on TV.
English football.
Yeah, English football. You know, like, I mean, it's great seeing. It was great when the Bundesliga came back and like bits and pieces of football here and there. I didn't watch any of the Israeli league. I'm not that interested. But you know, and I've got a little bit of context for German football because I don't follow it, but you know a bit. I know as much as most people, you know. But it's not that's why it's not the same, isn't it? When you follow a team and a league and you watch the games, you know the context.
Yeah.
So you know all about all the subplots and everything that are going on, and that's what makes it exciting. And that's what's not there when you watch kind of.
Yeah, Dortmund against.
Yeah. It's good, and you see some good football, but you haven't got the same investment, I suppose.
Did you see last night? AC Milan played Juventus in the cup, and it was the maddest first 5 minutes of football maybe ever. And I feel like they're just overwhelmed. Also,
Yeah.
so they, if you haven't seen it,
I think we can
Milan-
expect some mad stuff too in these playoffs.
I think so. Someone's going to get sent off.
Oh, it's going to be Sweeney.
It's going to be Sweeney. Sweeney will kick
I
the
suddenly just realised that Pierce, not Pierce.
Pierce, yeah.
Pierce. Keep your head up. Keep a lid on it, son.
I fear for Pierce Sweeney's windscreen. I got to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of Pierce Sweeney. I think he's an excellent player and an excellent servant to Exeter City. I'm really glad he's there, but and he's just the one that came to mind when I thought of kind of doing something erratic.
I can also see Bowman's elbow getting him into some trouble.
Yeah, and also, you know, I think his reputation precedes him a bit there as well, doesn't it?
It does.
And then you got these refs, And you got to remember, League Two refs are terrible.
Do we not get better refs?
We'll get a bit better ref, I think. Probably won't be, but they are. Yeah, because they need to be used to be on the telly, don't they?
There's no VAR, is there? Well, you can't do it at our grounds.
No, there won't be any
So they won't do
VAR.
it at Wembley, I'm assuming.
Nah, we don't have it in the it's done on competition, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
so
so.
it won't be.
Yeah.
But you need a ref who knows what it is to be on TV and isn't going to play up to the cameras, because that's what some of them would do, isn't it? You know, like some of the refs at League Two want to make themselves the centre of attention even when they're not on TV. And to a certain extent, there's always a bit of that with refs. But I just feel like if you put one of those guys, what's he called? The one we all...
Huxtable.
Yeah. Put him on TV, and then he's going to do... And I think it's people like Bowman that might suffer there because they kind of like, you know, you've already got it in your head.
He's got a face that you think he's up to no good.
Yeah, well, he has.
Well, we'll see. So that's Thursday. So we'll come back Friday, Saturday. I don't know. We'll see what we can do.
What we're trying to do one in between.
Try and do one in between, I would think.
Yeah, we should do, wouldn't we, I suppose, because it's
mean,
going to be a
we
long
won't have
old
much time
summer.
to talk about it, but
And also, who the hell knows what's going to happen next season and when it's going to start?
they're talking September, aren't they?
Are they? But with fans?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I was thinking about it. Of course, at City, you get 4,000, 5,000. Our ground takes 9,000. Surely we can just be spread out. Don't bring any away fans in.
I mean, even when there's like 4,000 odd there, which there is on some games, it's still like quite hard to be 2 meters apart from people.
But maybe they could.
Like, they are going to bring that down to a meter probably before then, aren't they? By September, at least. Maybe that'll be completely different by then. But if it was happening now, it wouldn't. I don't think it'd be doable.
I wonder if they'll undersell the big bank and they'll make everyone move to the away end and the Stansfield. I don't know.
Maybe.
I just think that it seems like it's possible.
Can we still go on the big bank? We've named our whole podcast after it.
And we honestly,
And
listeners, we
plowed
tried
hours and hours of our own free time into it.
We tried
Voluntarily, but you know.
we don't even get any kudos. We tried to get journalistic rights to get to the playoffs, and we weren't told no.
We made inquiries.
We inquiries. We weren't told no, but we'd have had to get a test.
I think I don't like the idea of being, as much as it's my team, City. I like being slightly on the outside. I feel like it gives us license to sort of. I don't want to start colouring our, output.
You want to be an independent.
The fact that we know people, if we start knowing people there, like on the inside, then we might maybe we wouldn't criticise them when they deserved it and stuff. And at the moment we don't know anyone.
Have to change the name of it to the Big Tag Theory.
Like really,
podcast.
Suddenly we're just like. Suddenly we're in the pocket of Big Tag, and we're.
Also, I wouldn't want to. I thought about it. And I was like, I'd love to, and I was like, well, I wouldn't want to. Like, why do we get special treatment? We just chat in.
That's the other thing as well. Is I feel bad on everyone else because we are just fans. We're not anything special.
So, but also I heard Stockley talking about how the test up your nose makes you feel like your brain's coming out, and I thought I don't fancy that either.
Yeah, no, I don't want that.
So we'll be watching from home like the rest of you. Dan will be throwing stones at the ground apparently. I'll be.
I might.
I'll be trying to get my brother-in-law to understand how to play Starman by David Bowie in a completely different signature and key.
That's what's going to be going on while you're trying to watch the game, is it?
Hey, Kane Wilson's been released by Tranmere. Or sorry, he was on loan there, and I wonder if we could pick him up.
Wait, but he's still West Brom player?
He's still West Brom player, but they're going to the Premier League, aren't they? Almost certainly.
Ah, okay.
Just a thought.
Here's the thing. Here's a controversial opinion.
Yes.
I don't know if I want Kane Wilson.
Happy with Jaden Richardson?
No.
You don't want Kane Wilson?
It's not that. I'm not going to be. I wouldn't be. I'm not going to be like annoyed if we get him back, but I just don't know if he's like. I don't know if he's as great as.
Fair enough.
I think maybe he's just like slightly overrated.
I did like that song though.
No, that didn't scan either. Remember?
Yeah, I do remember.
Now they're trying to do it for Randall Williams. Too many syllables. They're trying to do it for Kane Wilson. Not enough. Apply. It's not a chant we made up like the Stano one, so that's fine. You can fit that. You can fit your words in around the tune because you've made it. You've composed it.
Yeah.
With that one, that Starman by David Bowie, you can only use it if it scans. If the right amount of syllables.
I don't know if that's true. I think it's all right to jam.
I don't think it's all right. I don't think it's all right.
Jam in as many syllables as you want.
I hate it. Hey, we haven't talked about this.
What?
We're playing Colchester United.
Yeah.
They nicked the Red Legion's banner.
They did. It's their fault that the Red Legion's no more.
And is it any coincidence that as the Red Legion disbanded, Exeter City dropped out of the playoff places and ultimately finished the season in a disappointing playoff place.
Maybe.
I think it is a coincidence.
I
It's
wonder
nothing to do with
if
that.
we'll see a second version, not Red Legion, but I wonder if they'll come back with something new in the new year. Obviously, we've all had new season. We've all had a lot of time to think since March the 7th or whatever.
I've calmed down now. But
I don't just mean about football. I mean about everything.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, that was just a weird. I think it's worth it. They're gonna, and like, I was thinking, this is a chance for revenge. Now, obviously, there's going to be fans there, but there are cardboard cutouts. Can we get up there and get our hands on some of those Colchester United cardboard cutouts? And then, if we nick enough of them, and then can maybe identify from that photo they posted online some of the ones who nicked the flag,
Yeah.
the banner.
Yeah.
If we can get one or two of them, and we can maybe display them not at the ground. I don't know, do something with them, beat them up, beat up the cardboard cutouts, or put them in stupid clothes.
Interesting idea.
I'm just saying. I'm just coming. It's just that's the first I've thought of it. But we could do something.
Well, let us know if you've got any ideas. We've only got. If you've heard this, we've only got till Thursday to sort it out. So.
Yeah.
But we'll see what we can do. Okay. This has been the Big Bank Theory podcast. Remember, you can get in touch with us in all the normal ways. On Twitter, we're at Big Bank Pod. On email, we're bigbankpod@gmail.com. And we're on Facebook as the Big Bank Theory Podcast. It's been good to talk to you. It's been good to be back. Football's back, everyone. I feel like my senses are really alive again.
Well, yeah, next time we do this, we'll be talking about an actual game.
Yeah.
That happened in
the real world.
In real, sort of, not in real time, but in the modern age.
Indeed. So that's that. Exciting stuff.
Isn't it?
My name's John. I've been here with my friend and colleague, Dan.
Cheers.
See you soon.